Hey everyone, this is Nolan with Blender2D.com. Today I'm going to introduce you to Gimp. So to get started, open up your Gimp image manipulation program. You should see these three separate boxes. You'll have your toolbox on the left, your image manipulation program, and your layers, channels, and other box. So if this isn't open, which often happens to me, for some reason I close it the last time I used GIMP, or maybe it's just not there in startup, you can get that by going to Windows, Dockable Dialogs, and then clicking on Layers. And I already have it open. So, but if it's missing, that's how you can get it back. Once you have them open, go ahead and resize them accordingly to your screen so that it fills up the majority of your screen. Alright, so to make a new image, you go to File, New, and here you can decide what size you want the image to be. There's a templates you can choose from, or you can manually input the size. I'm just going to click OK with the default size. Over here you can see in your layers channel that it starts with the background. You can create new layers by clicking this little page with a plus sign next to it. It will again ask you if you want to name it, what you want the size to be, and if you want it to have a transparent background, a white background, your background color, or your foreground color as selected in these two boxes right here. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and use transparency. Now if you go over to the toolbox, we won't be using all these tools and creating our 2D animations, but if you're interested in learning what they're about, you can go ahead and go to gimp.com, or you can, gimp.org, and you can look at the different tutorials they have there, as well as Google, use YouTube, anything you want really to find out more about GIMP. It's open source and the community is great, so there's a lot of help out there if you're wanting to learn more. So some of the tools we'll be using the most are these selection tools right here, your rectangle select and your ellipse select. We'll start with a rectangle. All you have to do is click it. It will highlight this kind of pinkish color when you're using it. All you do is go to your image and you click and drag, and it will select. Same thing with the circle. Click and drag, and it will select the area that you make with your circle. Alright, the next tool we'll be using is a path maker. Let me start over. After you click, you'll have one dot. And if you click somewhere else on the screen, you'll have this line. But if you hold your mouse down and you drag, you'll get this curve. Now you can make this curve however you want. I'm going to try to make a oval shape. So let's go with a football shape. And now when you want to complete it, all you do is go to where you have your first circle, hold Control down, and then click. And you can edit the curve of the circle by dragging the line. Alright, now that we have that, one of the other tools we'll be using in the Paths tool is when you go down here, any tool you choose, you'll have more options down here below the color palettes. So let's click Stroke Path. We're going to stroke the path with a black line. Oh, and if you have a selection, only what's in the selection will actually be able to be drawn on. So let's go ahead and Control Z, another tool we'll use a lot, and that will back up, erase whatever the last thing you did was, and you can go up here to the top. You can click Select and click All. Alright, now the whole image is selected and anything we do in here will be drawn. So we'll go back to the stroke path, line 6, yep. Alright, now you can see we have this line. You can still see our path in there. That's fine. Another cool thing you can do is selection from path. Alright, now that we have selection from path, we can paint anything we want inside the selection. So let's grab a paintbrush tool, which we'll often be using, and let's go to the color palette. To change the color, all you do is click on the current color you have, and you choose a color you want. Let's go with red. Alright, now I can paint inside this, and as you can see, it doesn't go outside of the selection that we made. Or I can Control Z, and I can click I can use the fill tool to fill the whole thing. Now the problem with the fill tool is it won't fill. If I zoom in, you'll see it better. It won't fill in near the edges. Now that's going to be very important when we create a 2D character, is that we don't have this white, because as you can see, if I go here to the layers and I make our background invisible, we can see our alpha, which is our transparent background, through our red ellipse here that we have. Now that's not going to be good for animation. You're going to want to cover that. So I like to back up, use a paintbrush, increase the scale down here in the settings below the color palette. Now I have this huge paintbrush, and I just go paint the whole thing right around the edges. Now as you can see, if I zoom in and I select all so those marching ants aren't in our way, you can see that it's red and black. There's no alpha channel, or there's no transparent background in between them. Alright, let me zoom back out. Scale my paintbrush down again. Okay, so another useful tool we'll be using is the rotate. So rotate is right here. You can click it, and it will rotate whatever image you have. You just rotate it around to whatever position you want. We'll do kind of this complete 180 position and click rotate. So it rotates your image, and now it's different. Well, it's rotated. Alright, so those are basically all the tools we'll be using. If we use any more, I'll go over them when we talk about creating our 2D character in Gimp. But if you want to learn more about Gimp, you can go ahead and, like I said earlier, just Google. There's lots of great tutorials out there. But for what you're going to need to know, I'll be helping you step by step as we create our 2D animations and our characters in Gimp. So I hope this gets you started, and I look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing what you think about these tutorials so far. In the next tutorial, we'll be introducing Blender, but after that, we're going to start creating our 2D character, and I'll show you how to go from Gimp to making your 2D character to bringing it to Blender. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye.